Hey, I'm Rob, welcome to Reframe. If the bass and drums don't lock together, the whole band falls apart. This connection between the bassist and a drummer is one of the most important parts of the band. So what is the relationship between the kick drum, the bass drum, and the bass guitar? They both need to be locked into the same rhythm, but they both have a different function. The kick drum's function is to provide a transient. A transient is just the initial attack of a note. It's the most loud and percussive part. So the kick drum provides the transient, and then the bass guitar provides the body and sustain of the bass. So when the kick drum and the bass guitar work together, it creates a powerful attack and then sustain, which fills out the low end frequency. Because the low end is so dense and loud, often the bass drum and the bass guitar compete in the same frequency ranges. So we need a natural way for the two not to compete. And I think the best way is natural sidechaining. Sidechaining is an effect that's used in electronic music, where when a kick drum hits, it triggers another track to lower in volume. Here's a diagram of what it kind of looks like. So a natural sidechain would be you as a bass player trying to emulate this effect with your fingers. And how do you do it? Playing or dragging the bass slightly behind where the kick drum hits.
Here's what it looks like zoomed in. See how they have their own space?
Even if it's just a few milliseconds after the bass drum hits, it can decrease the frequency clutter that might happen if you're using exact metronomic timing. Bass players like James Jamerson and Pino Palladino are masters of this.
Let's slow it right down. Try to listen to how subtly Pino Palladino plays behind the beat on the bass.
It also provides a more human feel. It's more reactive. It creates imperfection, which we love the sound of as humans. Before you can move behind the beat, you need to be able to play metronomically on the beat because it's about control. It's about the freedom to choose. Sometimes you'll want to play exactly at the same time because this creates another effect, a super tight effect. First, I'll try to play exactly on the beat. To take this a step further, I'm going to quantize the one that I was playing on the beat to make sure that it's perfectly in time with the bass drums. Now I'm going to try to play behind the beat.
The result is very, very subtle and nuanced, but it makes a big difference for the feel of the song. It just makes that kick drum hit a little harder and creates union in the bass frequency range.
If you don't play bass and you're programming a bass part, or you've got someone else to play bass and they've played exactly on the beat, feel free to move it within Logic Pro, and this will create essentially the same feel. The key here is to play each beat consistently later, so it's the same amount of milliseconds later. The kick drum and the bass guitar should not compete for space, so we play them at slightly different times, so that the bass drum provides the transient and then the bass guitar provides the sustain. It allows both of the instruments to shine. Thanks for watching this episode of Reframe. I'm Rob. Bye. For now.